welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do a quick and down dirty review of the RMR HD. As if you're followers of the channel, you know I bought this about a couple months ago, about 2 months ago. It was actually at the range sitting in their case for about a month. So, and then at the end of the month, it was still there, which I was kind of surprised. So I went ahead and purchased it, put it on my firearm that I use for work, and I'm just going to go over my thoughts about it, what I like about it, the couple of cons I found, which there's only maybe one or two cons I found about it, and what I really think about it. So first of all, I like to sit there and say that, you know, I shot 1,000 rounds through it, torture tested it. I didn't. I zeroed it in, qualified with it, and probably used it in a open day range class we were teaching, and let some other people use it, see what they thought of it. And for the most part, not only myself, but a couple other people liked it. But yeah, it's been sitting in my holster for the last couple of months, except for those three things. A couple of things that I do like about this. I do like the way it sits. I have a couple of, I've used a couple of different optics, one being the Aimpoint Acro, which is all enclosed. The other one is the Delta Point Pro, which I didn't really care for that much. I had it in my firearm for several months, and I just didn't really care for it that much. I think it was just the way it sat really high, really big window. And then I was at a firearms class, got to try the HoloSun 507 comp. I seemed really interested in it, really wanted to try it out, purchased one, and I don't know how I really feel about that. I think it's a little bit too big for me as far as the window size goes. But I do like this optic here, the size and all that. The auto adjust is almost instantaneously. Is there some lag? Yeah, there's a little lag in it sometimes, depending on the brightness of it, and it is what it is. I'm not really too concerned about that. If you train when your optic fails and what to do, I don't think there'll be an issue. And the lag is like maybe a second, maybe half a second if there's lag, but usually it's pretty much instantaneously. The other thing I've noticed, and if the sunlight hits a certain way, and I've tried to recreate this with my flashlight, and I just don't know how to really do that. You can actually get the circle dot to appear in the window. It's like the sun hits the back here where the emitter is, and you can literally see the circle dot, the radical in the window. It was kind of interesting when it first happened, and it's happened like maybe two times. Not a big deal breaker for me. The red dot's right there. It was just kind of interesting. Let's talk about the one con that I don't really like about it, and I discovered this when I was qualifying. I had an auto adjust, but again, it's pretty much almost instant, and I don't really have any issues with it. When we qualify, we use an indoor range, and it's an indoor range. If you've ever been on an indoor range, they're not the brightest out there. They have baffles, and the light kind of comes down at an angle. And when I drew the gun, I don't know if you can see that in there. See the dot, but that's exactly what I saw. I can barely see the dot. I was able to shoot my course of fire. The next time I drew, it was the same situation. and I ended up just hitting the side right there, got it to the next level of brightness, and just used that for the rest of the qualification. That was about my only complaint about the whole thing. And at the training class that the department put on, I let some other people use this on auto, and they said the same thing, that the red dot was way too low. They could hardly see it. They had to bump up the brightness on it. Yeah, my only thing was I kind of wish you can have your own personal default, so it can go from there. That's the only complaint I really had. You can still see it, and it really wasn't that hard to hit that, or if it was too bright, do that as you're going through. But if I'm going to have it on a certain level, I'm just going to use it. I'm not going to worry about it. But that was like the only complaint I had about it. The index on here, on the very top, I haven't really noticed. Like, I've tried to, every time I draw my weapon out and practice with it, I really haven't noticed this really playing a big role. Like they said they are, you're supposed to be able to, if you bring it up, you should be able to see it. But it also, one of the things that we did in the training class at work was using what happens if your red dot fails. And this comes in really handy as a backup sight if the lens is covered, and or the lens is covered. If the lens is covered here, you can use that as a sight, or your backup sights, or turning the Glock this way and shooting it. So, but that kind of comes in handy too. Overall, what do I think of it? Is it worth the $645 or $650 I paid for it? Well, tax write-off for me. I like it. I'm not going to lie. I'm keeping it on my gun. I feel that when I saw it, this is exactly what I wanted on my gun. The RMR Type 2, or the RMR when it first came out, I never really got on board with, hey, after the battery dies, you take it off, take off the red dot, put the new battery in, tighten it down, make sure it's zeroed and not going to move, and just seemed like a lot of things could happen. You have to take it off, put it back on, hopefully the screws stay. I just never really got on board with that. The other thing is I know someone at work who has one, and you have to buy a plate for the RMR Type 2. You have to put it on the bottom, like it seals it up, and for whatever reason, Trijicon can't include that in the RMR. You have to buy it separate. When the SRO came out, and you can change the battery on the top, I kind of like that. Never got an SRO, but I like that feature. One of the reasons why I kind of wanted to try the Delta Point Pro was because you can take the battery out on the top. And I kind of like that feature here on the RMR HD, where you can take the battery on the top, out on the top if you wanted to. You don't have to take the whole thing off, especially if this is going to be a permanent mounted to your firearm. I just like that. I don't know, for whatever reason, the RMR Type 2 just doesn't, I don't know. I just couldn't get on board with that. But when I saw the video come out for this, I really liked it, really wanted to try it out, and I'm happy. I'm happy with my purchase, and that's what matters. I think that if you're really interested, if you're really interested in it, try it out. See how you like it. I'm pretty sure you could always eBay it if you don't like it. But I've liked it. The few times I've shot it, a lot of times I'm just practicing my draw with it, trying to get it down, because shooting is a perishable skill, and I like it. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be on my firearm for a long time. I even been thinking about getting one and putting it on my SIG 320 or my 229. But that's another story. And again, it's a little expensive, but When it comes down to it, maybe, who knows, maybe the price will drop on these in a year or two, or maybe I'll be able to get one for my SIG. But for right now, I'm happy with it. I like it, and that's pretty much my review of it. Let me know if you're interested in it. Again, a lot of it comes down to personal preference when it comes to the window size or the optic you use, and I like it. So, anyways, I hope this was kind of informative, especially with some of the pros and cons I've experienced with this dot. Anyways, put your comments down below what you think of it, if you like it or not. And anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.